This is the Australian Mobile DJ Podcast. In this series, we'll talk to them, get to know them, and learn from them. And here's your host, DJ Bevo.
Hey, this time we're heading up to North Queensland. Not quite all the way to like Townsville or Cairns, but a place called Mackay. Kirk Thompson is also known, he's got an alias, as DJ Dynablend, and he joins me on the phone right now. How are you, Kirk? You well, mate?
Hey, mate. How you going? Yeah, very well indeed.
Fan-bloody-tastic. Now, let's talk about your DJ career. Have you been affected by COVID at the moment? Has things sort of slowed down for your business?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think all the gigs I had this year are now moved to next year. So,
yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it? It's a bit crazy.
Quiet. Yeah.
And when it comes to like music and so forth, what sort of styles do you play, or would you call yourself an open format DJ?
Yeah, I'm very open format, so everything from 70s to top 40. Well, actually everything from 50s and up.
Yeah, the 50s. We're talking like Elvis Presley and the Coasters.
Yeah, everything you could think of pretty much. So,
where did you get your start when it came to a DJ career? Was it an interest in your family, or did you kind of have to fill in for a DJ somewhere?
I sort of just became interested in DJing. Was at a pub in the early 2000s, and we used to leave for TAFE College. This was in Rockhampton, and walk up the road to this pub, and there was a bit of an old school DJ there one day, and he was just mixing songs together, and I thought, wow, how is he doing that? Like, I think it must have been the first time I'd ever heard anything like it, and I just thought it was pretty cool, and wondered how he was mixing two songs together. I suppose, the first time you hear an actual DJ in real life, it's a little bit mind-blowing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's fascinating to watch as well, like seeing the twiddling of the knobs, or, the scratching of the turntable, or the CD player with the pitch bend and so forth. Was he using vinyl or CD?
I'm not sure. Like, I didn't know much about DJing. I was fairly young, but I think he was using vinyl or some sort of really basic CDJs. I'm not too sure. But he was mixing Earth, Wind and Fire, Let's Groove, into, I think it was Swoop by Apple Eyes. So,
oh, yes. Yeah, I was playing that in my car today on Spotify, one of my favourite songs from the 90s. So it was a good pop song on the radio at the time, wasn't it? Apple Eyes by Swoop.
Yeah, Apple Eyes, yeah.
So let's talk about how you became a DJ. Obviously, that was where you had your interest peaked, and you went, "Oh, I want to learn this."
Yeah.
What happened after that?
I had a bit of inspiration there, and then years later, I was travelling around in Thailand and come across this bar. I think it was a pool bar. There wasn't many people in there, but there just was this DJ, like this Asian DJ, scratching and mixing and blending, and I just thought, wow, that's amazing. Like, I was a bit awestruck, to be honest, and I think a couple of years after that, I just thought to have a go. Got on YouTube, watched a few videos, and pretty much my journey just started from there.
Can you remember what your initial setup was like? What sort of gear did you have?
Me?
Yeah.
My initial controller was just a cheap AVE brand. Just a basic cheap. I mean, this was only 6 years ago. I'm a relatively young DJ, in the grand scheme of things.
And did you end up using some software to do your mixes and so forth?
Yeah. So I started off on Virtual DJ. Which I think most DJs do. I use Serato now, but I've only been DJing 6 years, so I'm a bit of a young DJ in the grand scheme of the DJ world. But
what sort of gigs do you find yourself mostly doing?
Weddings, birthdays, Muay Thai events, sporting events. Everything pretty much you could think of. Pubs, done a couple pubs. But yeah, mainly weddings.
And in your own time, what sort of music do you enjoy listening to?
Oh, a bit of everything, yeah. A big mix. I wouldn't say I'm dedicated to one genre. I like a big mix. Especially on my Spotify playlist, it's a bit of everything, rock and R&B, hip-hop, stuff like that, yeah.
Do you follow any other DJs? Do you get inspiration for what you do from other DJs that you follow?
Yeah, like I follow a lot of YouTube DJs, so, and the likes of DJ Bar and DJ Rick Webb. I got a YouTube channel myself, so sort of recording gig logs at different events I do. And
I'll have to check that out. I remember doing gig logs many years ago, but I kind of stopped doing it because it was a bit time consuming. But what's your YouTube channel in case anyone wants to check it out?
It should just be DJ Dynablend. I think if you just Google DJ Dynablend, pretty much all my links will come up there. Yeah, I'm on YouTube and Mixcloud and everything.
How did you come up with the name DJ Dynablend? Was it more about mixing?
I wanted a name that sort of represented my style, like a bit of everything. So I thought, dynamic and just sort of put blend next to it and come out with Dynablend.
And do you find yourself doing your own mixes at home and then like uploading it to either SoundCloud or Mixcloud or one of those services?
Yeah, I'm more of a Mixcloud man. I think their copyright's a little bit less strict on Mixcloud. So, I don't think it copyrights you at all for music. So yeah,
I guess it's designed for DJ mixes to be uploaded, so they kind of cover you in that respect, and then I think they get the artists get reimbursed by advertising or something like that they actually have on the website. That's kind of how they get around it, I would imagine.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Yeah, I recommend Mixcloud for sure.
So, have you got a few subscribers there on your Mixcloud account? Are you growing that?
I think 1,300.
Gee, that's all right.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
You've been doing that for a couple of years now, or is it only a new thing that you've done with Mixcloud?
No, I've been doing Mixcloud for a few years. I'm probably due for another mix, to be honest.
All right. What's the inspiration going to be for your next mix, do you think? You've obviously been coming up with a few ideas if you've made a few in the past.
I might just go maybe just a top 40, a couple of newer songs. And, I haven't done too many newer song mixes, so that'll add to the list nicely, something different. But, I generally play older music, you know what I mean, at weddings and birthdays and stuff, and just go from there.
Do you have any residencies in Mackay?
No, I was doing the pub out at Serena, and it just got a little bit too much. Yeah, it was a bit of a dive, to be honest, the pub, and I was sort of DJing and being security at the same time as well as promoting the place. And but I mean, I definitely had some good nights there. Don't get me wrong, but I think I recorded a couple of them for my YouTube channel too. And you get all sorts of people come through the door and have a dance and a party, and get a bit crazy.
Awesome. DJ Dynablend, or Kirk Thompson, as he's officially known. How do we find you on the World Wide Web? What's the best way to find out more about you?
As I said, just type DJ Dynablend in Google and everything will come up. I'm actually very lucky to have, I'm the only DJ Dynablend in the world, believe it or not. So,
I had the
I mean,
problem
how
of
lucky is
someone
that?
listing DJ Bevo on Facebook and Instagram and actually steal my old logo. So.
Yeah. Oh, it happens, yeah. Yeah, no, I've been very lucky in that regard.
Yeah, it's a word I've never heard of, so it's kind of, like you said, very unique.
Yeah.
All right, Kirk, thanks for chatting to us today on the Australian Mobile DJ podcast, and all the best, mate, and I hope you can see the other side of this COVID craziness that's going on in the world at the moment.
Look, I can't wait to get to another gig myself, but yeah, thanks a lot. It's been awesome.
No worries at all. There you have him, Kirk Thompson, DJ Dynablend from Mackay on our very own Australian Mobile DJ podcast. If you want to find out more about the podcast, subscribe if you haven't already. Apple Podcasts, Spotify or iHeartRadio. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, make sure you give us a rating so we can get up in the rankings and be recognised by more DJs worldwide. And of course, if you want to find out more, you can check out our website, australianmobiledj.com.au.
The Australian Mobile DJ podcast was hosted by DJ Bevo and produced by Matt Fulton Productions.